I'm optimistic about the future of America. We just need new leaders in Washington to steer the ship in a better direction. Any other questions? I'm not going anywhere. Sir, in the back there.
Yeah, my name's Todd Miller.
Hey, Todd.
I work in Central Stores. Originally from Harrison County, Ohio.
All right, so that's right in the middle of the oil and gas.
Yeah. Now I live in Dublin.
Okay.
I agree, and thank you for your service.
Thanks.
I agree with you that we need different people in government sending to represent us. But if the same entrenched lobbyists and big money have your ear once you get there, it defeats the purpose.
I agree.
What do you believe in campaign finance reforms or working across aisle with some other like-minded younger representatives in reforming how we pay for campaigns?
I appreciate that question. There's some young talent there. Last week here in Columbus, we had it was this Monday, at the Franklin Park Conservatory here in Columbus, we had a lady come here named Kelly Ayotte. Kelly is a U.S. Senator from New Hampshire. She's the youngest woman in the United States Senate. And Kelly came in and campaigned with me and spoke at a lunch with me. And one of the things we talked about was getting some younger folks there with just a different, different perspective and a new perspective on how Washington should be run. The Supreme Court has ruled on multiple occasions that they find the giving to support candidates, who folks agree with philosophically, as a freedom under the First Amendment to the Constitution. And there was just another ruling on that last week, and I think there's been many rulings on that. And so when we look at how the Supreme Court has ruled, I think it's important that we do everything we can to ensure, A, people are following the law, and B, they're holding themselves to the highest possible ethical code whatsoever. And that's, I think, where electing people with integrity is so important. For better or worse, that's the law in the books, and the Supreme Court has found it constitutional on many occasions. And I believe very strongly in the First Amendment to our Constitution and our freedom of speech, and took an oath to defend it. And so I think now that the Supreme Court has ruled on that, it's important that we ensure that there's common sense rails on the system that maximize the integrity and high ethical behavior of elected officials and folks running for office. Let me touch on one other point, though, in respect to that. There are, throughout both parties, a lot of folks who have been there for many, many years. And I always think getting some fresh blood in there is a good thing. And I think this November it's going to be a change type election where folks are looking for representatives and senators who can change Washington and who are not part of it. And the reason I bring that up is I want you to know I'm not going to spend the rest of my life there. I have no desire to do that. I'm going to spend the rest of my life in the state of Ohio. My plan is to go there and as quickly as possible shake the place up, change it for the better, try to encourage as many people as possible to work together and rise above partisan politics, and then come home and live under the laws that I created. With due respect to the gentleman against whom I'm running, I don't want to do what he's doing. I don't want to go spend 20 years there like he's done. He actually, when he first ran for Washington, he made a pledge that he would only stay there 12 years, and now he's been there 20. And we, as voters, we shouldn't allow people to do that. I think it's important that we inject fresh blood in there, and so that's one of the things that I believe keeps the system working better when there's fresh blood. And it's something that I think is important, especially in Washington. It's gotten so hyper partisan. It's gotten so I think the gridlock there is so unbearable, and I think folks are rightly so just frustrated with both parties and people on both sides of the aisle, and I am too. I mean, I'm frustrated with folks on the Democratic side and the Republican side.